I just sat down with a platinum-selling artist, singer, songwriter, producer. She does it all, an amazing person, Paige. We had a really epic conversation. She opened up, she actually got more vulnerable than she thought, and she asked me some really tough questions.
What do you think about that?
Oh, that's deep. What I found really interesting about Paige is that we're both from Ngāti Mani Aotearoa, but we had so much in common. You know, it was like talking to a younger version of me. You know, the stuff she's going through now is stuff that I've been through.
Is this what it's like for the rest of your life? To just kind of be like, are we just getting by now? What do you think about that?
We spoke about her going platinum in Korea. She doesn't even know how it happened. She didn't even know she went gold, but, you know, going platinum over there, her friends messaging, saying, oh, we're hearing you all over the radio, and the theme behind Waves. So it was absolutely amazing. Quite a deep conversation, very inspiring. I left feeling hopeful, and I left feeling happier. So don't forget to like, comment, share this conversation far and wide, and don't forget to subscribe. Paige, enjoy. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to thank my good friends at Trust Motors, George, Jono, and all the team. Thank you for jumping on board as a major sponsor. Trust Motors, how car buying should be. Unfiltered with Dave Latelli is proudly part of the Acast network. Paige, thank you so much for joining me. How's it going?
Oh, kia ora. I'm good. Yeah, it's good. Busy. This time of year, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Getting to the end. Feels like you're kind of like crawling at this point. Oh, we're nearly in October, right?
Nearly October.
Yeah.
Wait till you start, like, where you just don't see an end. wait to get to that point.
Well, it's starting to feel that way, you know?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this a lot, like, because I'm 28 now, and I asked my dad recently, I was like, okay, so, like, your teen years, you know, you're kind of like, there's all this excitement about, you know, you're still experiencing your firsts, like your first love, like your first job, like you go into uni, there's all this, like, these heightened emotions. And then after that, it's like you get to 28, borderline 30, and I said to my dad, I was like, is this what it's like for the rest of your life? To just kind of be like, are we just getting by now?
Wow.
What do you think about that?
I've had many a moment, and touch wood, no more, but where I've thought just that, that thought you had, and I don't remember how old I was. Actually, first time I ever had the thought was 21.
Really?
Yeah, 21.
That's young.
Yeah, my life's been interesting. But, 21, I just got out of hospital for stabbing myself in the chest.
Wow.
And I thought I was on a doorstep of a tinny house in Mangere that I was living in, and I stared at the sky and went, surely I'm meant for more than this. You know, this can't be it, surely, you know.
Yeah.
And so I had that thought.
Yeah, because I feel like I've had moments where I feel like I'm at the complete bottom, and I'm like, how do you progress after this? Like, what is there to look? This sounds a bit dark, but it's kind of like, what is there to look forward to, and how do I create moments to look forward to?
Yeah, well, I guess from my experience, you know, I'm not religious, but I have a strong faith. And, you know, I said, surely God, I'm meant for more, but. For me, I mean, this is all in hindsight. I'm 46 now, but I thought you just can't wait.
Yeah.
You know, like we're all meant for greatness. We're meant for something great, but it's up to us to start. You know, and then just stay consistent. You know, I had no idea where I was headed, but I knew it wasn't that. I knew it wasn't being a drug dealer.
Yeah.
I knew there was something more for me than that. And that's why I encourage people, you know, not to stay down and wait for the system to help.
Yeah, I think the idea of waiting for things to change is really interesting in an artist perspective too, because, like, obviously, I mean, I've had my struggles with mental health as well, and then there's that idea of waiting for, you know, to get on antidepressants and maybe that's the thing that will change, and waiting for therapy, and then there's like this magic thing that changes everything, but then you have to look inward and be like, oh, It's really up to you. But then it's interesting in an artist sense as well, because I think a lot of artists are like, let me just wait and see who's going to come to me and change my life and like help me move my career to the next level. And then that never comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it must happen in every context of life, right?
100%. Our pillars that we work in BBM is start. It's the first thing, then staying consistent, and then being around good people that help you that want you to be better, that help you to level up, that don't drag you down, and then not letting excuses get in your way. Those are our 4 things, but all anchored by having a very strong why and living with a purpose. Now, those are all things that I've learned over time, as I've made many mistakes and had to rebuild a few times of my life.
Yeah. So because it sounds like you've had to build from like the real ground up, what is your why? Like, what's your why?
Oh, this is cool. This is it's like a podcast for where I'm on. It's cool, Paige. What's my why? Well, your why can change, and it can. You can have multiple whys, but I always think you need like one deep down burning one for those real hard moments where you're thinking of, giving up on everything. And for me, on my latest rebuild, which was 2014, where I was at rock bottom, had nothing, no money, lost my family, through all my bad decisions. It was my fault. And the why then was to get my children back. So what I would think of when times were tough is, I'd be crying myself to sleep most nights. But I'd envision being at the airport in the arrivals, waiting for my kids and having my arms out and embracing.
Yeah.
And that feeling of how it felt when I embraced them is what I'd use to keep me pushing through all the tough times, to keep me getting up. I'd have that.
Yeah. Are you like somebody that visualizes your ideal scenario? Because for me, that's what I do to get through. I don't know necessarily what my why is, and that's why I asked you what your why is, because I don't actually know what my why is, I think. But I do visualize a lot of stuff, like to make myself feel good, and that pushes me through.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you had that visual, because I've had similar ones as well.
Yeah, you got to visual. It's some people can't visualize, like you can, and you get to a point where it's just imprinted in your heart and in your mind and soul. You can always draw on it. But for some people who can't, I always get them to write down a list of 5 things that mean a lot to them. From that list of 5 things, choose one. And that one thing, write it down on a big piece of paper, put it everywhere. The first wall you look at in the morning and you open your eyes, put it there. In your fridge, on your fridge, in your cupboard, on your cupboard, in your car, at work, in your locker, laminate it, put it in your shower.
Yeah.
So you can see it when times get tough and you just think, man, I just can't go on. You can visualize it and understand why you must.
Yeah. Do you believe in the law of attraction, or?
Yes. What do they call it when you...
Manifesting?
Manifesting.
Yeah.
My sister was a big fan of the book The Secret, my late sister.
Yeah,
Vicky,
yeah.
And she used to write up those, what do you call it, the
Vision boards. Yeah. That book changed my life.
So what's on your vision board?
I have a few things. I have gosh, what do I have right now? I have a bunch of cities that I want to grow my career in. So I have Korea on my vision board, because that's my territory that I want to grow my music career in. I have New York on it because I've always loved New York. Yeah. I feel like there was a time where, like right before 2020, I got sent to New York to get to sign a deal and all that stuff. And I believed that was something that I manifested, because it's been on my vision board since I was 12. So, and I knew that I didn't have the money to get there. So I had to kind of, I don't know, maybe just have this positive reinforcement that something was going to get me there. So that stays on there just because it reminds me that if I have a positive attitude towards something, it can appear in my life. What else do I have? I've got a picture of my family on it, because I want my family to stay connected.
Yeah.
And I think I've learned as I get older that your relationships change. Like, I always had this idea that my relationship with my sisters and my parents would always stay the same. But I think when you, obviously you would know, but like when you grow and change, like you make some interesting decisions that kind of pull you apart and stuff like that. So I have a photo of my family on there because I hope that regardless of what choices we make and what sets us apart, that like we'll always come back together again. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you got how many brothers or how many sisters and what's it?
I have three. I have three sisters, and and one of them is my twin sister.
Oh,
so,
cool.
yeah. And then I have a half brother as well, who's a bit older. But yeah, we're a pretty tight knit family.
Yeah.
Two of my sisters are pregnant at the moment, so, and they're both due within the same week.
Oh, you're going to be an auntie soon.
Yeah, well, I'm already an auntie because my twin sister recently had a baby last year. Which is, pretty amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Clark's Beach. So do you know where Clark's Beach is?
No. I've heard of it. Is it? It's not too far from here, eh?
Nah, it's like an hour out of the CBD.
Yeah.
And it's past Spookers.
Yes, that's
kind
right.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like growing up there wasn't a lot of people out there. Now they're building like a bunch of houses, which is real weird because people are starting to talk about it. Like it's a known place. But when I was growing up, it was just like people were there to play golf and retire.
Yeah.
And then have families. So it was a good spot to be, especially as a creative, because you have to look inwards when you're away from the noise, I think. Yeah.
And what was life like growing up?
Great.
Yeah.
I would say I've been really lucky to have the childhood that I had because it was just me and my sisters, my parents, and then my nan also lived with us as well. And you just run down to the beach every day.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we were really rich in love. And what's been I don't know, it was pretty interesting growing up the way that we did because I learned that once I got to high school, I was like, oh, we were really lucky because some people really, have dealt with a lot of struggle when they're kids and stuff like that. And we were really sheltered in that sense. We lived in a small house and, there was a lot of us, but that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think being a twin's interesting because you don't know independence when you're a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have all your firsts together. You have your first, 5th birthday party together and then your 21st and then like, your first day at school and then when you go to uni, that's when you're alone for the first time.
What was that like?
Horrible.
Yeah.
It was awful because I chose to study and then my twin sister chose to work. And I think she was a lot more confident than I was. I think when you're a twin, someone takes the role of being the person that gets their license first and drives you around.
Yeah.
And then the other person takes the role of being like, the funny one and then there's the smart one. And, like you take different roles and you're almost one person together.
Yeah.
So going to uni was really hard because I was like, oh, I don't even know who I am, like alone. So, but we're very different. So I think the things that I lacked, she could still, take that load for me and then, vice versa. So it's pretty interesting navigating the world as a twin when you're an adult. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it true like they have the, I've heard before that you guys can, like twins can feel what's going on with the other twin?
Yeah. Well, I'm like a pretty spiritual person anyway. So I mean, that's an easy belief for me, like to carry. But when we were kids, like we would have dreams. We would have the same dreams.
Wow.
And we would wake up and be like, oh, I just had a dream about that. Oh yeah, so did I. Like, yeah.
Far out.
Yeah. So it's a pretty interesting experience. I also am surrounded by a lot of twins. Like my roommates are twins.
Yeah.
And they're a lot closer than me and my sister. And I think they have some weird you know, telepathic
telekinetic.
Yeah. But I think it's because you literally grow into like from like a fetus to like a person next to somebody else, and you get to know each other's energy so well that it's just instinctive that you know when something's wrong when you're not with them, because you're experiencing the world together even when you're apart. You know? So it's a pretty interesting experience.
Which uni did you go to?
Oh, I went to Mains. So I went to Music Audio Institute of New
Okay.
Zealand. Yeah, so Polytech. I really didn't do a lot, I'll be honest.
Yeah, so you went there. That was like me. I just went to uni.
Yeah, oh, what did you study?
Yeah, I just went there.
What did you do? Oh, yeah.
I was meant to do a Bachelor of Commerce,
Oh, okay.
a
Yeah.
BCom, but I discovered a bar called Shadows instead.
Yeah, well, when I went to uni, I was just like smoking a lot of weed and drinking a lot. It was so fun.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, really don't do anything because I just got it all out of my system at that point. But yeah, dropped out of uni.
Yeah.
Because I got signed to Sony because I was obviously studying music, and I thought, oh yeah, like I'm the man. I don't need to study. I know everything. And then I dropped out when I was like 20.
It's so funny because, I mean, we're both from Ngāti Mane Poto, so we must think the same thing. Because I did the exact same thing. When I came back and tried to do uni again, and I thought to myself, I'm going to be a league star. What am I here for? What a waste. And I vividly remember it. It was after an accounting exam. It's just a waste of time. I'm going to be a league star. And I left.
Yeah. How long were you playing league?
I didn't become a league star, but I was chasing that dream. I chased that dream for, I think 10 years.
Because I'm obviously in the process of chasing the dream. And I always wonder, when is it that my dream should change? What do you reckon about that?
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
I haven't had my espresso yet, Paige. That's a really I mean, I chased it for a lot, and I done reasonably well, I played as my career, but I could never crack like NRL. I got signed to an NRL club, but couldn't crack it. When does dreams I think you'll know, like, mine just changed, like, no real plan. You can't like plan it.
No.
Like, you're a spiritual person. I'm a spiritual person in the sense of my faith, and I always think it's just God's plan.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes there's a plan, you don't even know it. So it's just following your instincts and your gut.
So do you think that your life has been planned out for you and you're just going with the flow of that?
I think there's options.
Yeah.
If you take this door, you'll lead that way, and if you take this door, you'll lead that way. And I've taken most doors, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's different options of the way your life could be, depending on the choices you make.
Yeah. I think I've spent a lot of time forcing things to appear that I know maybe in my heart aren't meant for me.
Yeah.
But then you kind of hope that they are meant for you.
Yeah.
And then my dad said to me, he was like, I believe in fate, and I believe that, there is a set plan, and you just have to like be and kind of flow with that. And then I was kind of like, I wonder how that would work out for me if I just did that.
Yeah. I think like everything that happens to you is for a reason. Like, I think about, I've been through some painful times, but then it's helped me to help more people now. Like, I've been at the very bottom and at the very top and everything in between, which has enabled me to be able to relate to so many different people of all walks of life. So I think that everything you go through is for a reason. I remember speaking to, a couple of weeks ago, I met with a guy who's, he's a gangster. Mm-hmm. and he was talking about, I get asked to come and speak, but I'm in this life at the moment, so I can't speak to school kids if I'm still in this life. And I just thought to myself, and I said to him, so if this is where you're at now, and I've been there too, but it's just equipping you for later, for the ultimate of where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because where do you think so you said you've been like, I'm asking you a lot of questions there because I'm just fascinated. Like, and I always want to ask people questions because I want to learn so much about how I need to navigate life, especially like heading into like nearly getting to 30, Because you said you've been to the highest high and the lowest low. Where do you think you're at now? And
where I'm at now is a very good place in terms of the people we're helping. We're literally helping thousands of people every week, saving lives with our health programs. But, if I think, family-wise, things could be a lot better, because the time, if you're in, you work you're in the charitable space as well. It takes a lot of time away. It's serving, So, I'm in a good place. I'd much rather be here than where I was, But you're always sort of constantly trying to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
What about you?
I probably think like I'm in maybe the same spot as well. Like I've also had a lot of family trauma that I would like to be a lot better in that spot.
What's happened?
I had a terrible fallout with my twin sister, and it was horrible. She kind of just decided to go on her own path, as you do when you turn 20 and you're like, okay, like I'm gonna like this is kind of my road and I don't want you to be part of that. So she kind of separated from our family, and then we were all kind of, because we're such a tight-knit family, we were kind of like, wow, this is we never thought we'd be that family, quotations, like that have a drama or something. And then with her leaving, that was pretty traumatizing for me because I hadn't heard from her for years, and I was, because I'm a twin, and like I said before, like, you grow into the world with another person, kind of being left on your own is really hard. And I think you tell a lot of people about the story and you're kind of like, oh, my sister just kind of gapped it. Yeah. And they're like, oh, that sucks. But this is a twin, like this is a scenario where you actually don't know how to be on your own. So that was really hard. And now I think, since she's had a child, like I'm trying to heal that wound, but it probably will never be healed because it's just such a huge, like I missed so much of her life for that like period of time. And I'm trying to get to a spot where I can forgive that, but I don't know if I can yet. So that's something in my life that I really want to work through, and I want that to get better. So that's probably when I say where I'm at in my life, I feel pretty good, and that's the thing that I'd like to, change. But like you said, I think things are meant to be, and I think that also probably taught me to be more independent. I don't know if I would have been without it. Because when that happened, I was like, oh, I need to learn how to drive now. Yeah. Like, I need to learn how to cook now. Yeah. So all those things. And also, like, career-wise, I make it a big point that I want to be successful in the way of... And obviously, everybody's idea of success looks different. For me, I want to be in music full-time. And I don't mind if that's like writing music, producing music, or being the artist, like that's front facing. Yeah. But I want that to be my full-time work. Yeah. Yeah. and it's not yet. So
Keep going, man. Yeah, keep going. I'm saying to our team, we're all volunteers back in the day, and I said one day we'll have our own gyms, and we'll all be working together, getting paid. You'll all get paid to help people. And everyone said, "Oh, whatever." Yeah, right. And here we are, 22 full-time staff.
yeah,
Multiple, like 1, 2, 3, three gyms. We're in Whangarei. We're in Kōrero. We're going to be in Hamilton soon. So it's just you just gotta keep. It's just you just gotta keep being consistent.
yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah,
Anyone successful is consistent.
yeah. And I've been thinking a lot about consistency because I'm trying to lose weight right now. So this is a good comparison. Like in the music industry, I think I'm pretty good at being consistent. It's been about a decade that I've stayed on the path, and there's growth and then there's ups and downs and stuff. And then I think a lot of maybe athletes have that really good thing with consistency, because with anything else, I'm so inconsistent. Like I'm trying to lose weight, but I hate going to the gym.
Yeah.
I hate eating well. I want cumin lamb noodles like every day.
Yeah.
It's
tough, man. Weight loss is tough. It's a journey like anything else. I lost 100 kilos, kept most of it off, but we've helped people to lose 150, 130. But it's like the weight loss is like the wow thing, but really it's the life gained.
Yeah.
So don't think about it as like weight loss. Try and think about it. I want to be healthy and happy and be able to maintain it.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Like I like how I feel when I'm active.
Yeah.
But then I just fall into those,
So
those
just
things.
enjoy a treat once a week.
Once a week.
Twice a week max. And enjoy it. Like keep you on the track. Like and like until you're at the point where, like, to me, you don't look like you need to lose weight. But if so whatever you want to get to, when you get there, then it's just maintenance.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to a gym. Just go for a walk. Go. We're blessed here. There's so many nice hills. That's why I started at One Tree Hill, just walking around the summit. And when you're walking around these nice hills, you're not thinking about, life or anything else. You're just thinking about, man, this is a steep hill.
Yeah.
So your brain gets a chance to rest, which is important, right? As for me, when I started, I was going through so much head talk and my mental health, and I thought, I didn't want to be here. So I had to exercise all the time to keep my mind off it, and so I really recommend that,
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like exercise keeps you present, eh? And that's how I feel about music too. So it's like having those things is really good. And I guess when I say I want to lose weight, I think it is that I just want to be healthy.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of when people exercise like every day, it's like consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency is so important. And it's like, that's something I suck at.
Yeah.
So it's admirable to see.
The thing about consistency, what you got to understand is it's just knowing that no one's perfect. So life sucks sometimes. Sometimes it sucks more than any good. When you get knocked down, what do you got to do?
Get on the saddle.
Get back up, man. You got to get back up. That's all it is. So, like, when you fall off, and we all do, don't beat yourself up. Oh, God, here I go again. Just, say, all good. Get back on. Make sure my next meal's a good one and go for a walk. Because it'll make you feel better. Like, the pattern, you fall off and you do something, or you eat something maybe you shouldn't have, or whatever it is, and you feel bad.
Yeah.
It's like, when I have a bite of my last bite of a Big Mac. Damn it! Why did I do that for? Like, shit! But it's just, I just make sure I'll go and have a train and I'll feel better mentally. Because to me, it's here.
Yeah.
I train hard because I want a break from reality. I want a break from bills, from the charity, from the government. I just want a break. So I train like super hard, so I don't think about anything else.
Yeah, because that's like your joy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go to the pub. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs anymore. So I want to. That's me. Go to the pub with my mates, is going to the gym and just training
with your friends.
with my friends.
See, I need some gym friends.
Yeah.
Someone telling me, "Come on, man,
Just
lift."
You spoke before about your mental health, going through those struggles. Was that when you and your twin had those problems?
Well, I've always dealt with bad mental health since I was like 12. My first therapy session, I was 13.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had a bit of I think my default setting has been like dark mind, and that I'm not good enough, and I think that's also part of being like, neurodivergent, like is kind of feeling like you're a bit behind and you're not at the same level as everybody else, and that's probably been my main thing with mental health, which sounds pretty maybe. Oh yeah, that's something that everybody feels.
Yeah.
That's something that everybody goes through. And that's what a lot of people tell me. But it's hard to believe that because I'm so hard on myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm so hard on myself. And then when, like I've made some pretty weird choices in my life, like in past relationships. Like I cheated on my ex and I really loved her, really hated myself for. So that would have been my first like really dark moment, because guilt is just such a crippling feeling. Like it's such a, you don't want to feel too sorry for yourself because you don't want to be coming off as a victim.
Yeah.
And then you want to take accountability, and then you want to start to grow as a person. But that when you start having that growth, then you start to feel, I mean, for me anyways, like I started to feel bad again because I was like, I don't deserve to be better, like for myself, like, because you want to be better for everyone else, right? And then you start feeling, start feeling a bit sense of pride. And then when you carry guilt and you start feeling proud of yourself, you're kind of like, oh, nah, like I don't want to feel that way because I don't deserve it. So that was a big thing for me, was trying to navigate guilt and growth at the same time. But at the same time that was happening, my sister was happening at the same time. So it was like a lot of different feelings, Yeah, I've always been a pretty dark person. I've been on and off of antidepressants for like a decade. So yeah. A lot of it though is just being really hard on yourself.
Yeah, the inner critic.
Yeah. Because I think I also have really high expectations for myself in life. Like since I was really young, I have older sisters that have excelled, Like my oldest sister, she was head girl and she was really praised for being this, like she's real popular in the way of a lot of people respected her because of how, social, she's great character. Like she's also just really smart. So I looked at that and I was like, oh, I need to be like that. But as somebody who struggles academically, who struggles socially, like I was just kind of like, damn, I'm not that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You should, if you get a chance, go back and watch one of our episodes. We had one of our team members on called Ina. Her name's Ina Walters. She's on this podcast, and she went through something similar in terms of guilt. She suffered, went through years of addiction, meth addiction, with her children, lost the father of her kids to suicide. She's gone through massive, serious mental health issues, and what ended up in prison, lost her kids.
Wow.
And the guilt she felt was immense, But you never know now, even like, and the reason is because she forgave herself.
Yeah.
She just forgave herself, and that enabled her to move forward with her life. And when you watch it, you'll see the way she is now. She came to BB maybe 5-6 years ago, out of prison, and she just forgave herself, sis.
Wow.
And moved on.
Yeah, I'd love to listen to that, because I think finding forgiveness in a scenario is so deep. like that. Because, I mean, if I felt terrible for what I'd done, you know, it's pretty admirable.
Yeah, I think that's the steps that you need to take
Yeah.
for that. It's just, and it will free you.
Yeah, that's what people say about forgiveness, isn't it? For like,
Yeah.
when forgiving other people
Yeah.
too. Like, I think when people find God, that's a big thing, right? Is forgiveness. Have you heard people talk about that? Like,
Yep.
yeah, because I don't believe in, like, I'm not a Christian or anything like that. I believe in something, and I have a strong belief in that. But I think forgiveness is a huge thing for me, because I'm like, damn, I find that really hard. But then when people find the church, they're like, oh.
Yeah, whether it's not like, whether it's church or the universe or whatever it is, I think it's just, you just got to be a good person and, believe in something, in a higher power of some kind.
Yeah.
Another episode you should watch is Ben Pudua. He went to jail, I think, when he was 17, 18 for manslaughter.
Wow.
And he spoke about the family, when he met the family, forgiving him, and the weight it lifted off his shoulders, and that he could finally fully move on with his life. So I think there's something in that, and it'll really help you, but for you to forgive yourself and just move on.
Yeah. Because it's really no good for anybody, eh? Like, and that's a funny thing about guilt too, is that I think it's probably the most unproductive feeling sometimes.
It's not serving you.
No, but it's not serving anybody else either, is it? Like, which is kind of something that I try to remind myself if I ever feel a sense of guilt, like where it starts to feel victim-y.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it to feel that, like, to come off that way. But maybe that is what it is. I don't know. Like, I think it's
a big part of it.
It is, eh?
Just the different people I see and speak to, and they've all said that, and they've done some, they've gone through some tough times and done some, crazy things, and that was where it started for them, where they could fully, like, move on with their life. Was that?
Yeah.
What's and so how do you navigate that space now?
Like the mental health space?
When times get tough, what do you do?
Gosh, what do I do? It's taken me a while to think about this one, because I still don't really know, do I? I mean, I'm a big meditator. Like, I really like visualizing.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because I believe so heavy in manifestation.
Yeah.
And I think that whatever it is that I visualize, I can bring to myself, because I think with visualization, like, you start to understand what it is that you want.
Yeah.
And if you know what you want, that's the first step to, like, moving towards a happier life,
Yeah.
It sounds really weird, because, I mean, a lot of people would answer that question by being like, oh, I go to the gym, oh, I do box breathing, oh, I see a therapist, all that stuff, which is all that stuff I do.
Yeah.
But I think, like, making up scenarios in my head about what I want my life to be like gets me through, because it's interesting that you said before about, like, you visualize, like, seeing your kids and stuff like that. That is the thing that gets me through, is visualizing, like, meeting my nephews that are coming, and like, having a really good relationship with my sister again, going to the Grammys with my family, or, like, some really out the gate stuff. I think that actually
What's the ultimate vision for where you want your life to be?
Oh, it always changes, eh? I think maybe a few years ago, I always visualized getting a Grammy, accepting the Grammy in Te Reo Māori.
Wow.
Like, that's always been, like, a real strong vision of mine.
Yeah.
And I'll keep that.
Can't wait to see it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's always been, like, a dream for my inner child. And I think it's important to be delusional sometimes, because, like, I've seen some things that I've been delusional about appear in my life. So I want to stay delusional about things like that.
Yeah.
The ultimate dream, I just want to write music forever.
Yeah.
Like, I want to travel the world writing songs. and have a family that supports that as well.
When did you get your first like big break in music?
I had Billie Eilish share my music when I was 21.
Wow.
Yeah, so she would have been really young. And I think I call that my big break because, like, I grew up in a real small town.
Yeah.
Nobody was in the music industry. I didn't know, like, my parents aren't musical. Like, my mum used to manage a golf club. My dad was a truck driver. So they're not musical. My sisters aren't musical. And I had no way to know how to get into the music industry. I didn't know how to put a song on Spotify. So I think had to navigate it myself and figure it out, put some stuff on YouTube and Instagram. And then Billie Eilish saw it. And for me, that built such a bridge between, like, small town Māori girl, like in South Auckland, to the music industry. Because within months of that, I'd been signed. I'd gone to New York to sign a deal.
Wow.
Like, I had like 1 million streams on a song, like, and all that stuff was such a huge deal for me. So, and I wonder that if that didn't happen, like if I didn't get a shout out from Billie Eilish or, you know, these other big artists, I wonder if I'd ever gotten there. Yeah. I know I would have, but I think it would have taken much longer.
Yeah.
And I think you see the music industry and the way that it works, and the people that get up there, they usually come from privileged families, and they usually come from like central Auckland if they are from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then I really get excited about the people that aren't from central, that don't come from rich families, like, because I know how hard it is. Yeah. So, long answer, but I think the Billie Eilish thing was the first big break for me. And then the second one would have been my music going platinum in Korea.
Yeah, so it went, like, it's gone viral over there.
Yeah, like, I don't really, because I've only been to Korea once, I don't really know how
that happened.
Yeah, and I don't know if people know me there or if they just know the songs. I'm going back in a couple weeks because I want to try and understand, like...
What were the songs that went off over there?
A song I have called Waves, which is really funny. A lot of people think that Waves is a worship song, but it's a song about, like, my identity as a queer person navigating the world. So that's what Waves is about. And then the song called Too Much to Hate, which is about how, like, not being too hard on yourself, like what we just talked about. Yeah. So those two songs did pretty well in Korea. And I still don't really know actually how it happened. Yeah. Yeah. But it's funny because, like, I have a few friends from Korea, and then they're like, oh, like, I heard your song playing. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's amazing because I never thought that I would ever get, like, a plaque, you know? Yeah. And then when they told me I got platinum in Korea, I was like, when did I go gold? Like, I didn't even know that my music was doing anything. Yeah. So, and I talk about this a lot if I do interviews or, you know, if I'm on stage or something, because it's something that I'm really proud of. And I think it's so weird as a Kiwi, because you're kind of taught not to brag or not to
be humble.
But I'm like, I feel like it's more humble to say this is cool. Like, this is so cool that this happened, and I'm gonna brag about it forever. Because
so you should.
Yeah, I
hate this tall poppy syndrome stuff that we have over here. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, it's pretty lame, and I've never really understood it. Yeah. Like, because I think it's cool as, like, to go platinum in Korea. I'll brag about it forever. And then also, if anyone else that I know, or like someone that's from New Zealand that does something huge overseas, it's such a huge inspiration. Like, I remember when Lorde got a Grammy, and I was like, oh my gosh, a Kiwi got Record of the Year. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. And I remember, because I was in high school at the time, and, you know, a lot of people, like, from a young age, we learn that it's, like, not cool to succeed almost. Yeah. Like, me and my boyfriend talk about how there's this attitude where people go, this guy, oh, ooh, like, you know, people say that a lot here, like, oh, we get it. That's just the saying.
Yeah.
And then when I was in school and then Lord got the Grammy and everyone was talking about it, like, everyone was just like, oh, this guy, like, we get it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this not showing you that anybody can do it from anywhere that you are? Like, just never got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it does my head in, I can't understand why we can't celebrate success, you know, and encourage other people to strive for greatness.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never get it. I don't understand the need to insult people for doing well. It's all,
So when are you going back to Korea?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm
so it's like a tour.
Excited. Yeah, I'm doing my first show there with another band in New Zealand, Foley. They're like a pop band as well. So we're kind of going over together. But it'll be my first time kind of seeing if it works.
Yeah.
Which I'm nervous about because it could be a flop, you know.
Yeah. No, you'll be right.
But it doesn't matter.
Don't let your head talk get in there.
Yeah, but I don't think it really matters because you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I've done.
Well, man, geez, you're already platinum there.
Like, isn't that enough?
Yeah.
And it's not. Nah, it is. But I've done so many gigs where I've performed to no one, and it's so disheartening, you know, because sometimes, like, I remember I opened for 660 when they did Western Springs.
Yeah.
And that was like, I think there were like 25,000 people there before, like, when I was doing my set. And it was such like a self-esteem boost. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm never going to go back to playing at pubs. And then, you know, a couple years float by and then people start to forget who you are, or you start to lose opportunities a little bit because that's just how the music industry works. Like, it goes up and down and, you know. And then I did a tour where I opened for kōrero, you know, and then my set time started the same time that the doors opened, which meant that no one was there. And there were pubs, and it was just so disheartening because I was like, damn, like, I'm back to this. Like, this is hard. And it's such a interesting thing to navigate as an artist because I think that's not what I expected. I expected to do, because I was doing headline shows of like 300 cap as well, which was pretty cool. But then you think once you're doing shows like that, it'll never go to nothing again. Yeah. And then when it does, you're like, oh, I really got to stay consistent now. Like, I don't think the grind actually ever stops ever for anybody. But as an artist, like, there's this like misconception that once you have a hit or like a semi-hit, or once you go platinum, or once you sell out a show, you'll never go back to the beginning. But you do.
That's always that's a fear of ours. Like, we had an event on Saturday, just a health event, and I was going, oh man, what if no one comes? You know, what if no one turns up because it's a Saturday, and you know, who wants to come and on a Saturday take time out to come talk about diabetes? You know, but it turned out all right. But it's always a massive fear.
Oh, so you feel that way too?
Oh yeah,
like.
Yeah. I feel like that's why I hate doing events. Like, where it's us organising, because I'm worried it's like you're throwing a party and no one shows up.
Yeah, that's the exact same comparison. This is what I was talking to my sister about on the weekend, because we had a baby shower for my sister, and like there was that whole thing of like, oh, you know, what if no one shows up? And I was like, see, imagine what that feels like when you're doing a ticketed show. It's funny. I think everybody has had that feeling at least once in their life of like, what if this doesn't work out? You know?
Yeah.
It's so funny when it's a gig.
Yeah.
And then you worry about it. And then most of the time it's fine. But then when your worries come true and there's like two people in the front, you're like, oh my God.
So what do you do when that? I mean, you just go hard anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Like, and it's really good. It's really good practice. When I did those shows, like, I've done shows where I thought there'd be like 300 people show up and maybe there's like, I don't know, 200, 100. That's still great.
Yeah.
But like, when I was kind of like in this mode where I was like, oh man, I need to kind of practice being embarrassed, maybe practice being humiliated. So I took up soccer. This might not make a lot of sense, like the way that I'm relaying this story, but I find it so embarrassing when you've got to play to nobody. And I'm sick of that feeling. So I need to practice the feeling of humiliation. So I started playing soccer because I don't know how to play soccer and I've never been good at sports. But if I show up every week and have that feeling of insecurity and like just learn to power through it, then maybe that will help my mental if I do shows where no one shows up.
Yeah.
And it's actually really helped me a lot. I've been playing for like 3 years now. And still haven't really gotten better, but it's been good for my my ego.
Yeah,
you know?
It's good to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, gosh, and that's probably the biggest thing that people try to avoid. I think is like they don't want to start that project because they don't want to be uncomfortable and they don't want to, worry about where the next dollar is coming from, or you don't want to deal with embarrassment, but. I think every successful person.
Oh yeah. When we first started, we had boot camps where I'd have to start in another area, like to get funding. I'd have to go and hit this like different area that the funders fund.
Yeah.
So I'd go set up a new boot camp, and like literally one person would come. But I just thought, it's going to be a good workout, and just go hard, and slowly it grew.
Yeah.
So you're never too worried about it.
How many people has there actually been a scenario where it's just been one person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. There's heaps of times, especially when we first started. Just only with one person would come up. That one person is still with us today.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
We talk about it all the time. We talked about it last Friday at our cafe.
Yeah.
Remember that time it was only you and me for all those weeks of boot camps.
That's really cool because you saying that they're still showing up and stuff, because I find that about gigs that I've done where it's been minimal people, because that's the group that stay.
Yes.
It's almost like you create a better relationship with those people. Yeah. So it actually works out in your favor a little bit. Yeah.
When did you figure out that you were good at this?
And music or
music, singing? Because I remember I was. I remember being part of an a cappella group in school, we all us island boys were. And I was like practicing in the still of the night. It's like it seems like I don't know if you might be too young for that song in the still, and I'm not going to sing it. And I was like, every group always sings. It's like in the still of the night, and I'm like singing the song. And I'm outside, and my mum goes, "Shut the fuck up! You can't sing."
Did you think you could sing before you got that?
I thought, man, I was good. I thought I could sing. And I wouldn't. I mean, I'm practicing to perform in front of the school here. But thank God my mum was honest.
Yeah. That's the positive about having an honest parent. My parents are brutal. They're so straight up. Like if I write a song and it sucks, they're like, nah, that's not it.
Yeah.
But when I think I wasn't good at music, I started really early. So my first performance was when I was like 5. And then I performed every year after that. And I was not good. Like my sisters would always tell me that I sang through my nose and I was nasal as. Yeah. And I kind of just stuck to it. And I think when I realized I was good, I was 10. I sang with my guitar at like a school talent show. And my primary school teacher, Miss Bax, my favorite teacher, she didn't know, like she was just kind of like, oh, she's like, you can really sing. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, like that was my first compliment maybe from an adult that felt genuine. And she was like, no, you can really perform. Like, that's amazing. Like, and then she kept writing me these cards to be like, keep following your dreams, like keep going because you're really good. That was when I knew that I was good at it. And then from there, I did it a lot. Like I performed a lot after that. Like, so I think I've always known, like it's just with practice. Though. Like I think I only got better with practice. Yeah. And I don't know. I think I just know my mum would tell me if I sucked. Yeah. Because she's brutal.
Like you see American Idol, you see those shows, You think, man, if only they had parents like ours that were honest
Yeah.
before they got on those shows, you know.
Yeah, I wonder what it's like to have a child that sucks at singing but loves it.
Yeah.
And then you've kind of got to...
But you know, you let them do it, but don't go on international TV. Then you're going to have to be honest to them if they're going to go do that.
Yeah, that's a bad parent. Nah, but I'm glad that my parents are pretty straight up. Like, they can be lethal.
Was there ever a rock bottom part where you thought that you couldn't do this?
Funnily enough, I think that maybe that's where I'm at now.
Really?
Yeah. Like, to be really honest, that's actually quite vulnerable for me to say that. I think I've always thought that I was gonna be like something great. And I think this year and now has probably been where I'm like, oh, I don't know. But I know that it's because of the state of the world right now.
Yeah.
And the economical climate that we're in, where no one can afford to go to shows, like especially in New Zealand, like tickets for shows right now are so disgusting. So no one's really wanting to go out. No one's coming to New Zealand to do shows. And I think every artist is dealing with this thing of like, oh, my numbers have dropped completely, because there's just mass consumption of music. There's mass consumption of TikToks and Reels and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like there's so many people making music right now that, you know, you lose, you're silenced maybe. Yeah. So I need to kind of remember that it's just the state of the world right now and it's not personal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that right now is probably the most doubts I've had. Which really is hard, and I think that being in the mental state that I am now with music, if I can get past this, then I'm going to succeed.
Yeah.
And I know that I will get past it, so that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like waking up every morning and you have this like really big weight of anxiety, being like, oh my gosh, am I doing enough? Because like, to be an artist now, you've got to be posting like 3 times a day. You've got to be, and your content has to be interesting. Like, it's got to be different. Who can post 3 Reels and TikToks and, you know, whatever a day when you're working full time?
Yeah.
Like,
stuff.
Yeah. And when you don't have money to film these high quality videos and stuff like that, it's really hard. It's going to be interesting to see where the state of music is in the next year. Do you listen to a lot of music on streaming?
I got SoundCloud.
Oh, cool.
SoundCloud when I went for the gym and stuff, when I'm playing, when we're working out. Man, I'm really gonna show my age here.
Go on.
I listen to ZB.
Oh
Talkback.
yeah.
I listen to Talkback.
I listen
in the car,
to
I
ZB.
listen to Talkback.
I listen to ZB when I'm at the gym because I need talking.
When you're at the gym, I listen to ZB when I'm at the gym to make me angry.
Yeah, no, that's
you
the
racist
same.
buggers.
Yeah. No, I'm like, that is exactly why I listen to it at the gym, and I listen to podcasts that kind of fuel the fire. So you're not. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm showing my age, you know.
It's interesting you say that's the way you're feeling now. I think you're right. It's I feel the same way. I woke up this morning,
Yeah.
But I'm feeling good after speaking to you.
Yeah.
Feeling a little bit more uplifted. So you just gotta, I think to myself all the time, greatness comes from struggle.
Yeah.
So these tough times make you great. You just gotta keep pushing through it.
Yeah, and I think, like, to be honest, because this year has been the hardest year I think I've had in music and in releasing music, I've been really excited about the lessons that have come from it. Like, because I'm also self-managed at the moment for the first time, and I think it's maybe taught me, I'm actually quite capable. Like, I'm more capable than I thought I was in this area, and I'm learning how to be more, like respond to emails, like real small lessons. But
I think even with your social media system, you don't overthink it.
Nah,
when I started, I was doing all our social media. Now we have a team of there's 2 full-time people handling my social media, and I do some of it. But when I started, you just can't overthink it. It doesn't have to be like this brilliantly put together, really professional piece of, like a reel.
Yeah.
Just shoot it from your phone. Be your authentic self. Make sure it's good light and it's got good sound. That's it.
Yeah. I think I've
Don't
been...
overthink things.
Yeah, it's funny because I think social media has been really easy for me over the years. Like, I've found it really fun. I've gone on to, like, on other podcasts talking about how much I love social media, and I do love it. But I think now I'm like, ooh, man, cutting through is pretty crazy, like the changing in algorithms and stuff.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to not think about the analytical side of it.
Yeah, just
and enjoy it, eh?
post and go, man. Be yourself. Post, let it go.
Yeah.
Who said that? Someone said that. It was Javier. He's a super successful guy. He was on the show as well. And he just literally, he posts and that's it. He's moved on.
Yeah. Well, it's quite funny too, because if you think of yourself as a consumer, like, you are on to the next once you see the last and you don't remember it. Yeah. So it's kind of, giving myself advice.
What would you, last question, sis, what would you say to, to any, to the younger version of yourself or someone that's like yourself going through, not identity issues, sexuality, not knowing where they're at with everything. What would you say to that person trying to navigate through life?
I'd probably say, like, don't think too heavy about things. I think it's good to be mindful. I think it's good to be self-aware of how you're moving through life, how you're treating others, how you're treating yourself. But that's as deep as you need to go, maybe. Yeah. I think that's a good piece of advice, maybe. Because I wish that someone told me that. So.
Well, that's a great piece of advice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
If I had the cash, I'd be over in Korea with you. That'd be a cool trip, I reckon.
Yeah, man. Come through. No, thanks for having me.
No, thanks so much. It's all the best.
Yeah, thank
you.
you.
Don't overthink things. Yeah. You're worth it.
Okay, I just won't.
Awesome. Thanks, sis.
No, thank you.
If you made it this far, thank you so much for the support. It really does mean so much to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment on our videos and share this out. These stories are so inspiring and they need to be heard by everyone. Thank you so much, team.